All right, folks, joining me now, Market Gauge Managing Director Michelle Snyder. Michelle, right now, from what I understand, you're pointing to two extremes, to two key sectors, which will probably dictate where the business cycle lands, right? Okay.
Yes.
Tell us
Go
about
ahead.
it.
I'm sorry, Charles.
No, tell us about it.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I mean, right now we're in a situation where we've got everything happening all at once. So we have areas of great expansion like we're seeing in chips, possibly with growth stocks following, the big flyers like Meta and Nvidia and Apple. And then we have areas that are in contraction, particularly the banks and, of course, the small caps being the biggest areas. And so right now, when you have those both polarizations, what's interesting is the market, even in that phase, has incredible amount of resiliency. And so it's very possible that if we continue to hold these levels, with regional banks possibly making a double bottom, we can not only see everything go up in spite of all the naysayers, but also would present a lot of opportunities in the areas particularly that have been beat up.
You know, I think they used to call that climbing a wall of worry, right? It always seems counterintuitive to most people who are casual observers of the market. But folks like you, this is what separates you from everyone else. So let's kind of talk about these opportunities because you cover a wide breadth of asset classes. For now, though, from what I understand, on the stock side, you're defensive. You have medical, staples, energy, utilities.
Yes, I really like the medical space and the pharma space. First of all, it's actually holding up better than the others and started to creep up this week with stocks like Vertex doing really well, Biogen. And then there's a couple of stocks that are worth watching like Teva Pharmaceuticals. So that's one area. Another area that very few people are talking about is actually global live streaming of both sports and music. And so you have stocks like Paramount, which is Rumble, also TME, which is Tencent Music, is China. So all of these, some of them we're already put our clients in, some are still on watch. And then interestingly enough, we have utilities, which have been really basically forgotten about, all of a sudden emerging this week. And I really like Dominion. We've already put a position on in that. It's an energy stock that's a utility stock. And Utes in general, XLU, are starting to creep up over a major moving average. So I'm looking at things that have a very low risk against a tradable bottom. But if the market holds up and really proves to be way more resilient than what people think, these will be really good opportunities to catch some nice trades.
Now, I like the idea of being in the market, defensive, low, great risk-reward ratio. But from what I understand, you also like Ethereum, which has been crushing it, but it's not necessarily for the faint of heart.
That's for sure. So, yeah, both Bitcoin actually and Ethereum have been on our radar, and both have actually not only held up very well, but particularly Bitcoin, which is somewhat in a range, but in a higher range than where it started out for sure. Looks really explosive. It can get through 30,000. So we actually also, in our quant models, got long both of those areas, and so far they're doing pretty well.
They certainly are. That's an understatement. Michelle, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All right.